my book review again. I am so excited. I'm just want to share with you guys about the short story. These are the two short stories I've read um not long ago. Of course, both I bought the book, and this book I bought at the airport in Athens. um while flying back to Singapore, I'm kind of like on the flight. It's going to be offline, and I don't want to stare at my handphone, or I don't want to stare at the screen all the time. So I would normally pick up some really nice book from the bookshop, and read a book. Yep, that's the thing. And I just want to talk about this, okay? To all the Malaysia all the bookstore in Malaysia, and all the bookstore in Singapore, and all the bookstore in Southeast Asia. I just want to point this out. Okay, to all the Times, W WJ Smith, or whatever bookshops which are in within the airport, please pick up some short stories, local short story, short stories written by local author. I don't want to see Akotar. I don't want to see those romance book in those kind of bookshops. You see, I'm on a flight, and then it's a long hour. Probably it's 6 hours. Probably it's 12 hours. But of course, I won't read the all of the time, because some of those books, like fantasy books, romance books, it needs focus. It needs attention. So I don't want to miss a flight while waiting for my turn to get on board. So that's why here comes the whole purpose of short stories. And airport is the best location for such kind of books, to sell such kind of books, such as the short stories, for people who want to travel, who need to travel, and who don't want to stare at the handphone all the time. So that's why I bought this book, Athens, at the Athens. And I really love this book. It's a very nice short stories. It's not all about the mythology of Greek mythology. It's not all about the Greek history or mythology, but it's just a fun little reads, fun, very cozy read that happens in sets in the back in the ancient Greece time. So they talk about girls who have become the priestess, and those are the fun little story, fun little scandal, a little bit scandalous, and very fun to read. Actually, I enjoy reading this book. I spend quite some time rereading this small story, and it's very educational, and I get to know more about Greece. I get to know more about the ancient Athens and all the historical moments, little historical moments in the book, that shown in the book, which is in a fun way. um I'm quite like it. And I remember there's one really fun little short story in this book. I forgot which page it is. It is talking about a young girl who got sick, and then the people in Athens kind of worried, because she's a priestess and she got sick. She might um, it might means that she no longer be blessed by a goddess. And um, at the end, okay, spoiler, a little bit spoiler. At the end, they found out that, oh, this little girl is just getting a little bit drunk, and it's not sick at all. And it's pretty funny. I mean, I like how the author delivered that story. And yeah, it's a very fun read. I highly recommend this book if you are looking for some short stories, some local short stories, and you happen to travel to Greece, or you happen to be at Athens. Do pick this book up. It's available at the airport. There are several bookshops in the airport. You can easily find them. And this is in English and it's a very, very fun read. I highly recommend this book. And this book is a 5 star for leisure, for traveling, for, I mean, just to kill some time on the airplane. If you don't want to stare at the handphone and you already finished reading the whole magazine or the whole magazine on the airport and you don't want to read all those advertising stuff, this book is a recommended pick. Yeah, I love this book. And of course, this is different. This I bought this book in an indie bookshop in KL, and surprisingly, this is also a very fun read. So just ignore the title of this book, Feminist Tale from Asia. Okay, this is more like an Southeast Asian and Asian. It's not just Southeast Asian. It's actually in general Asian popular mythology and popular folk tales, popular stories, which is something I'm very familiar with because I'm from Southeast Asia. And I believe a lot of travelers, if you are not born in Southeast Asia and you want something that is similar to this vibe. I mean, for example, I'm from Southeast Asia. I travel to Athens. I'm expecting something that is fair. I'm expecting to read something very local. Locally from Athens. Some story relating to Greece, some story relating to Athens, ancient Athens, and something that is um, very fun to read. Of course, this book is not mythological and it's not, um, even though it's not mythology and it's not fully historical, but it's very fun to read. You see, I can see all this very nice illustration within the book. Very fun to see, very fun to read. And yeah, those are the vibe that this book will give. This book will give the vibe of Southeast Asian very famous folk tales. And I love this story very much. It includes those very popular like Puteri Gunung Ledang, Bawang Putih, Bawang Merah. I'm speaking in Malay because those are the popular folk tales that I have grown up with. And of course, they also talk about there's also a story about Wishpala, the queen, the Indian queen. Um, that's why it just put the title like feminist tale from Asia. Most of the protagonists here in these folk tales are in the folk tales in the short stories are female protagonists. So it's totally female centered. Of course, if we are talking about Southeast Asian lore, mythological folklore, most of the time is about animals, characters like Sangkanchil, all those they are not there. But this story focus on female characters. Um, yeah, and I love the retelling of some of the story. For example, Bawang Putih, Bawang Merah. I just want to share. Sorry, I just get this from airport. I just get all these perfume tester card from airport, and yeah, they serve as a very nice bookmark actually. Yeah, I kind of love that, and of course, I love the narration of yeah. So this part, I just want to share one part. This story is about Bawang Putih Bawang Merah. Bawang Putih Bawang Merah is a very famous Cinderella kind of story regarding siblings, and they kind of call it Bawang Putih. It means garlic. It means garlic. Bawang Merah means onion. You see the red onion, the large red onion. In the original folktale, I think it's folktale or is it a popular story? I forgot. But in the original version, they will always depict bawang merah, which is the red, onion red girl, red onion girl. They would depict the red onion girl as the evil, the bad girl, the prettiest, and then the most scheming kind of girl. And bawang putih, the garlic girl, she's always be depicted as the siblings who are very, mm, very mild, very well mannered, very soft, and she's the Cinderella of the Southeast Asian version of the our Cinderella. So that's the thing. But this short story kind of changed the story a bit. It changed the story a bit, and I really love the ending, how the author wrote the ending. I really love it, and I'm going to share about it. And yeah, I really love the ending because it is talking about, okay, girl siblings, especially girls siblings. Sometimes we have siblings rivalry, you see, like Cinderella, and then Cinderella uh, got a stepmother and having this siblings rivalry between her stepsisters. But these stories kind of tell in a different perspective, in a way that siblings, I mean sisters, siblings shouldn't have this kind of rivalry. I mean, both bawang putih, bawang merah, both red and white should have, I mean, should be, I mean, they are just siblings, even though one of them become the queen at the end, become getting married with the prince, get the prince, and the other one not getting the prince. They are still siblings. So this is the a very feminist way of rewriting of this very popular folk tale. So I really love it. Yeah, even though it's a bit different, but I really love the story ending for this one. And of course it also includes some small illustrations where you can look at it. I mean, you can enjoy the local artists. They make some effort on illustrating their protagonists, how it goes. This is the keris, the Malay sword. um I think people might recognize this weapon from Raya. I mean, the Disney, what Raya, that is actually not accurate according to Southeast Asian Malay kind of things. But yeah, this book is way better than whatever Raya I don't want to talk about. Later I'll get the Disney fan will attack me for no reason. So you see, all this nice illustration is it's reflecting the Southeast Asian cultural costume. I mean, it's not highly detailed, it's not photographic detail, but this book is amazing. Yeah. So in Malaysia, we kind of have three main races other than Malays, Chinese, and Indian. Of course, um, we also have some Chinese. There is also one Chinese character. Her name is Hang Lipo. She's also very famous. A very famous character, historical character in Southeast Asia. So yeah, that's why we have all these very simple light drawings. It's not complicated, it's not impressive, but it's a light read. It's a short story with some very nice messages, very popular mythology. And yeah, of course, I highly recommend this book if you travel to Malaysia, if you happen to be in Malaysia and wanted to have something, and if you are flying back to your home country, like will stay in on the airplane for like 6 hours or more than 6 hours, and you want something to read, I highly recommend this book. Unfortunately, this book is not available anywhere, not available anywhere in the KLIA. It's not available in any bookshop within KLIA. I got this book at an indie bookshop around around KL area.